Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Smashing Maths Problems with MRT Maths. So today we have a special topic, and it's the topic of speed. And speed is traditionally taught in Singapore when the child enters the 6th grade, okay, which is like primary 6. So without further ado, I will just get right down to it and show you how to solve this question. So at 7 AM, cyclist A left town M for town N. So as what we have mentioned previously, let us do our annotations together. And at 8 AM, cyclist B actually left town M for town N as well. So both cyclists left the same place, they left the same town, and they were in the same direction. So they gave us the speed for cyclist A to be 15 km per hour, and cyclist B actually traveled at a speed of 10 km per hour. And it's said in the question that both cyclists maintained their speeds throughout the journey. After arriving at town N, cyclist A immediately left for town N. So it's like cyclist A actually did a U-turn. Then cyclist A and cyclist B, they passed each other. They met at 11 AM. So the question is asking us, at what time did cyclist B arrive at town N? So this question actually seems very complicated, but with the assistance of a special diagram, which I will call the speed diagram, it actually allows us to understand the question so much better. So I've already pre-drawn the diagram, and let's take a look. So as you can see, cyclist A left for town N at 7 AM. Okay, I'm circling it for you. Okay, where cyclist B left at 8 AM. So traditionally for such questions, we want to find the head start. But for this question, it's a bit special. There's no need to do so. So let me show you how I'll approach this question. So as we know, for a question like this, we have to use the formula. Okay, so I'll proceed with cyclist B first. Okay, cyclist B. So I will draw the DST triangle. And for cyclist B, we want to find out how far did cyclist B travel from 8 AM to 11 AM when the two cyclists met each other. So the speed for cyclist B is given as 10 km per hour. As for the time taken, it was 3 hours. Okay, meaning from 8 AM to 11 AM it was 3 hours. And we want to ask ourselves, what was the distance covered? So distance is equals to speed times time, and that will actually be 10 multiplied by 3 to give us 30. Okay, so we can safely say that for a period of 3 hours, cyclist B actually covered 30 kilometers, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm indicating that on my diagram for everyone to see and also for everyone to understand. So there we have it, 30 kilometers. 30 kilometers. So what we would like to ask ourselves is, how long actually did, we'll like to ask ourselves, how long will it take for cyclist A to cover the same distance of 30 kilometers? Okay, how long would cyclist A take? So I would like to draw a similar diagram, but this time around I'll use red color. So blue for cyclist B and red for cyclist A. And we will draw a similar DST triangle. And in this case, the distance will be 30. The speed would actually be 15, because we know that cyclist A can cycle at 15 km per hour. As for the time, it will be a question mark. So time is equals to distance divided by speed, which is 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 15. And we know that if we use 30 divided by 15, it will give us 2. Which means that if cyclist A started at 7 AM, cyclist A would have actually passed by the location cyclist A met cyclist B. Not just at 11 a.m. but at 9 a.m. cyclist A would have passed by the same spot. Okay, cyclist A would have passed by the same spot. Then we got to ask ourselves, it means that from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. within the next 2 hours, cyclist A must have cycled to town end and did an immediate U-turn. Okay, so we can deduce from our diagram that for cyclist A must have taken 1 hour to get to town end. Okay, which is what I'm showing everyone now. 1 hour to get to town end and another hour back to the point that they met each other at 11 a.m. And we know that cyclist A has a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. So this means that cyclist A must have traveled 15 kilometers from the point that they met each other at 11 a.m. to town end and another 15 kilometers back to the same point. And how I actually know that is because the distance covered by cyclist A in 2 hours, okay? We know that distance is equals to speed times time. So distance is actually 15 times 2, because from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. is another 2 hours. It must be 30 kilometers. And if I were to take 30 divided by 2, I will definitely get 15 as my answer, okay? So the question is asking us, at what time did cyclist B arrive at town end? Okay, arrive at town end. So back to cyclist B. For cyclist B, I will draw a very simple DST triangle, okay? So again, we are dealing with the DST triangle. And the distance that needs to be covered by cyclist B to get to town end is 15 kilometers. Whereas the speed for this, cyclist B is 10 kilometers per hour. So from there, I can easily get the time. So time is equals to distance divided by speed, which is 15 out of 10. And from there, if I work out 15 divided by 10, I'll get 1.5. That means that it will take 1.5 hours after 11 a.m. for cyclist B to reach town end. Okay, it will take 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours to be covered by cyclist B. So for cyclist B, it will take cyclist B 1.5 hours. And I don't have space to draw a timeline. Okay, let me try to find a space. But if let's say I draw my timeline, which I will show in, say, purple. Okay, in purple, from 1100 hours, 1 hour later, it will be 1200 hours, and another 30 minutes later, or rather half an hour later, it must be 1230. 1230. So I managed to find the answer. I have found the answer to be 1230. Okay, so once again, we have come to the end of today's episode. Thank you very much for supporting Smashing Maths Problems with MRT Maths. It is my hope that by watching my videos, it will allow you, the viewer, to have a good revision for the upcoming prelims and the PSLE exams. So, Teacher Ray sincerely wish everyone a wonderful time ahead, and I will hope to see you next time. Okay? Bye bye!